Good morning. It's Wednesday, February 10th. And the more I listen to the radio and the more I read, the more I realize that there are many people in this country that are not too bright and they are not paying attention to what's going on around them. Well, they live in a bubble and they're used to panicking and getting what they wanted. So I want to talk to you about scams. Now, many of us older folks have chatted with one another, and we know about the grandpa scam and the grandma scam. And we know about the organizations that call us on the phone, and then when you check them out, you find out that they're not a reliable charity, that they only give about 2% of what they collect to the cause they're collecting for. I want to talk to you about the vaccination scams that are going on. And that's a shame and a disgrace that we have such scams. But there are always people out there trying to make it easy buck. And it's our business, our individual business, to pay attention to what's going on in the world around us and not to get sucked into these scams, so to speak. So let me give you a couple of tips on the scams that are occurring with respect to the vaccination situation. COVID-19 has become a gold mine for certain types of people due to the limited supply of the vaccine and the categories that are getting inoculated. It's not easy for everyone to get a shot. As many of us know, we got online, we tried to get shots, we couldn't get shots. We got shots, we got canceled. Many of us went and stood online for 4 hours or so and got their shots, So all of these conditions that exist out there are perfect for the con artists. They're taking advantage of the demand and the confusion and the frustrations and the anxieties that people build up because they can't get their shot. And there's many people out there who are willing to pay because they don't want to wait until their age group is called upon to be inoculated. So here are some of the things we have to look out for. First of all, vaccines are free. You don't have to pay for them. And you don't have to pay to register. Imagine somebody calls you up and asks you for $50 in order for you to register for the vaccination, and you're dumb enough to do that. So there's no payment of any kind that's required for a vaccination. Another thing you have to watch out for is people who are going to call you up and ask you for a couple of bucks so they can move you to the head of the line. But that's not a valid issue because eligibility is determined by your age. So if you're 65 or older, you probably have some preference. And if you have an underlying health condition, you probably have some preference. And of course, if you have a high-risk job, you can get to the front of the line. But aside from that, you're not getting to the front of the line. Yet there are people who are getting phone calls or emails or something that say, we can get you to the front of the line and it only costs you X or Y. So you got to watch out for those. Now, in some cases, you may be asked to pay for the shot. That's at the point that you're there. But the only thing they're going to ask you for is your information, your insurance information. They're not going to ask you to pay for the shot. They're going to bill it back to your insurance company. So don't give anybody any money to get a shot. And if you don't have insurance, then the fee is going to be covered by the federal government. So there's no reason to pay any money to get a shot. But of course, the scammers will figure out a way to convince you. If you're gullible, then it's tough luck. So I'm warning you, don't pay anything for a shot. Then, of course, you got the guy that was a scammer in Iowa who claimed he had a spot online and he was willing to sell it to anybody that wanted to buy the spot. So who knows how many times he sold that spot before they caught him. So if somebody calls you up and says, I got a spot online, I got an appointment, but I got 2 appointments, so I'll give you one of my appointments. And if you listen to them, you have nothing. You lost a few bucks. Hopefully only a few bucks. And then, of course, you got the scammers who really are not trying to sell you a spot, but they want to get critical information from you. So they say in order for you to get a shot, they're asking for your social security number, your bank account, your credit card, your age, your sex, information that they tell you they need that information to verify your eligibility. That's all bullshit. The only thing they need to verify your eligibility is your age. And if you have a compromising medical condition, then they could ask you some information about that. But you don't give them insurance, you don't give them Social Security, you don't give them bank account numbers, you don't give them any of those things, right? Treat these things like the grandpa scam. Ask more information, and if you can, try to get information so that you can report these guys. Sounds sexist, because I'm sure that there are some women out there who are among the scammers. And don't take a chance and listen to these people who tell you they're from the insurance company or that they're from some other organization. If you want to listen to them through the whole thing, that's fine, but make sure you get information from them and they don't get any information from you. Now, when I get these calls, I just hang up. A couple of times I tried to phone them into the police, but it doesn't do any good because these people are not calling from the number that you see on the screen. Somehow or other, they have an untraceable line of calling IDs, and it's very difficult to catch them. And watch out for these websites that these people create. They look very official. They're very good at creating phony websites. So you have to make sure that if you're looking for information and you go to a website, you better be sure that that is an official website. And then look for misspellings. They often have misspellings in the websites. And government websites should end in GOV, and educational websites end in EDU. And then charitable organizations and other organizations' websites end in ORG. So make sure that you know what the ending abbreviation is on the website that you're looking at. If it's .com, it's probably not an official website. And watch out for the piggybackers. The piggybackers are people who somehow or other get themselves a partition on an official website, unbeknownst to the owners of that website, and then they carrying on their business under a false identity, so to speak. So there's a lot of stuff to watch out for, and they're very subtle. So the thing I would caution you is, when anybody talks to you about the vaccinations and money or anything like that, it's a no. No, no, no. You're eligible or you're not eligible, and don't take any shortcuts. And vaccines will not be shipped to your house. So if anybody calls up and wants to sell you a vaccine and ship it to your house, don't believe them. That's not going to happen. Then you got the crooks who try to steal your Facebook or Instagram or Twitter or other social media accounts. They want to be able to impersonate you so that they can promote their schemes. That's all I want to say for today. Just watch your ass and don't fall for any of these schemes. And I'll see you in the morning. Bye.